Just for heads up, the tier list is based on C0 on every character. That is a 5-star, and C6 if the character is C6, obviously. Um, every 4-star has to be C6 just because most of them are extremely incomplete or like, yeah, complete giga shit. Either that or I don't know, 5 stars, all, it should be fair, so we put them all together in C0 tier, which means Raiden doesn't get a promotion, doesn't get a promotion, fuck that shit, okay? I saw that on Reddit, like here, where is it? Let me find that shit first. I'm doing way too many comments. This shit. Like, I don't accept that. No, fuck that shit. I don't accept that. Fuck that shit. Why is he that? No, I refuse to, okay? This is just stupid, okay? We all have the same things for the same characters. Otherwise, it would be just bullshit, you know? Let's start with main tier DPSs, okay? Diluc. I think I would put him just middle of the pack. Maybe a little bit lower. I would just keep only these 5 tiers because I'm way too lazy. He's still decent. I mean, he could be going to either of them, in my opinion. I don't have him. I want him. I think he's pretty cool. He has decent weapons you can get. There are different teams you can build with him, which could be pretty nice. Like, a lot of people play him in Virgin, actually. I heard something about Candace with him together as well for something. So you probably get like Double Dendro, Candace, and him or some shit for Virgin. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but I mean, why not? Sounds interesting. So I'll put him just here for now. Ayaka. If freeze, she's S tier. If not freeze, she's honestly A tier, in my opinion. Like, if you fight anything that cannot be frozen, like current Abyss bosses, we have 3 of them. No, dude, just no. At C0, she will just not perform. Fuck that shit. I refuse to believe that yours will perform differently than mine. Hutao, she's locked to basically either Kazuha bullshit, Zhongli guaranteed, pretty much. Um, some run Albedo garbage, some run double Jinjus, like with that bitch here. In my opinion, that's way too much investment for a character, just to make her look good. Um, that's negative points to me. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't value a character decent just because you need premium unit left and right just to make this character work. Okay. Her most supports are like stupid, just like Ayaka, where you have like 5 stars, 5 stars, and more 5 stars. For Ayaka, it's Shenhe, Kokomi, and Kazuha, or Venti. They're all 5 stars. This is not good. This is not friendly for anyone. It is bad. Okay, that's very bad. Hutao, she has like at least Jingju, but the rest of but the rest of her supporters, Albedo, Zhongers, Kazuha once again, it's like it's stupid. Most of them are like 5-star units, which is, in my opinion, no go. And some even if you play, I heard about it, but I don't know how often it is used with C4, I believe, or C2. Klee with a defense reduction. You know, then she has like TTDS supportive bullshit with defense reduction, so who told us more damage? Bullshit. I'm not going to do that. I'm not including this shit, okay? Klee, she's probably like around Diluc tier. She's extremely underrated, honestly. She works with Jingju, she works like in official comps pretty decently with overloads and whatnot. She's not the fastest driver, yes, but she can drive more or less with her bombs. It does work. It's not the greatest eventually. You can put her with like, I don't know, other characters as well, like Mona, for example. She was used a lot with her. It's weird in my opinion. I don't like it too much. Like, I don't understand the logic behind it, but whatever. Let's just accept it. It does work eventually. Same with that slot. She would work as well. Cookie for the overload team is pretty decent with her, from what I noticed, since she will do the reactions and she's doing the entire EM. Klee does a lot of pyro, honestly, with her E's and charge attacks and auto attacks in betweens and whatnot. Pretty decent. Damage is pretty underrated, honestly. She can't do everything by herself, obviously. She would need one supporter that is Animo, usually Venti. Like, Venti is pretty damn decent with her. Kazuo works as well, obviously, since he can suck the bombs in. But he always feels kind of bad with her, I don't know why. Okay, next on the list, Ganyu. How do people play him? Meld, often with jungling, and Benny and something else. Ashira probably, which is 1 5-star only needed. In my opinion, pretty decent. She could almost be S tier, honestly, just because she's that brainlet level to play. Like, you can be extremely stupid. It's hard to fuck up with her, honestly. Unless you play on console, then you're fucked. If you play on mobile, you're probably fucked as well, but I'm going from PC standards, okay? Otherwise, she would be a freeze comp with probably Mona or Kokomi. Then you need, once again, the full premium team comp bullshit. So that's already, again a downgrade. She could be here because of Melt, and she could be here because of the other thing, so I just put her here and a little bit more in front. Just because I think she is probably the best out of these three on the same conditions. Where nobody is like getting a bonus from nothing. Kitching. Honestly, I hear only good things about her. I personally hate her. With a grab rate. It's pretty simple. It's like with Traveler and Kole. Eventually, if you have Kusanali. And as a healer, probably once again Cookie. It does work decently from what I heard. So I'll put it here and probably even further up as well. I'm not a fan of her, but yeah, that's just my opinion. Okay, time for the first 4-star. She's horse shit. She's absolutely terrible. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I tried to use her on second half in the current rotation or the last rotation. I'm not too sure. I think last one. I gave her like a fuck ton of skill ups. She is 999 or some shit, I don't know. And she sees 6. I couldn't manage to get the doggo down in time. Like, I tried different teams. I tried with Junjin, I tried with Jingju, Fischl, some more Monogeo based bullshit with Goro. Oh my god, she feels so terrible, man. I have no idea how people can play her. And that's on the Dogo boss and the stage afterwards with the many Geodogos. Terrible, just terrible. She feels extremely bad to play. She's extremely, I wouldn't say clunky, but her auto attacks are like it's only neutral one, neutral one, neutral one, neutral one because she doesn't have more. So at least it's consistent. But it feels bad being consistent because it doesn't do damage. Like, I gave her way too much resources for the little of she's done. I'm not gonna lie. Noelle, I mean, she's easier to play because Goro exists. If you happen to have Goro, she's a lot better than Ningguang, not gonna lie. Yeah, there's nothing else to say to that. She could be even higher, honestly. The question is just how you play her. Probably like Itto, and she's just a safer Itto that is like gifted with more uptime on her burst, but does less damage, but is more safe because you have heal and whatnot. Honestly, she's almost better than Itto. But Itto has more like damage per screenshot, so yeah. People would rage if I would put her higher than Itto. Razor. I have no opinion about him. I don't play him. Never used him. I put him in my teapot once there was this friendship bullshit. I never touched him and he got to friendship level 10 from 0 experience. This is how much I care about him. Childer. He's probably rather decent. I don't have him. But usually if he's working as a driver, he drives extremely decently. You can run him Wape, you can EC bullshit drive him. He does pretty well. I cannot tell where he belongs, but if I think about team combinations, jungling, Fischl, Beidou, you can go shit like Joggers eventually. Yelan, if you're ballsy. Albedo, he doesn't work with Venti, which is a pretty bad downside in my opinion, but I can accept it. Kazuo works well with him. So yeah, regardless, it should be fine. You should be Gucci. He should be probably further up here as well, once again. Yeah, just because he's rather easy to use. I can't tell between these two, honestly. That's something you have to discuss with yourself. I don't care. Hello, Laureate. How's it going? I'm doing a tier list right now. Zhao with C4. I mean, not C4. With C6, Faruzan. He's probably like A to S tier. He's so fucking good. He does like so insane damage. Welcome back to your Wi-Fi as well. Hope your Wi-Fi had a nice day. That's unfortunate. I hope it's working out for you now. And you don't crash too much anymore. Supportive wise, he has issues. That's why I can't put him at S tier. Just because he kinda needs Zhongli. Without Zhong S, there's no shot. He doesn't work. Forget that one. Albedo is pretty nice with him. He works with Sucrose, Faruzan. You can put Raiden with him. Benny. There's way too much he can use. Like, 4-star options you have quite a lot. Unless you need a shield. For that, you would need at least 1 5-star. So I would put him just generally, like, extremely high. He does so much damage now. He doesn't have energy issues like most people will tell you. At least from my experience. He does work extremely well on bosses and whatnot. I think he's extremely good. Do that. Good luck on your Genshin grind, buddy. Hmm. Her main DPS probably sucks ass. I'm not gonna put her even in there. I wanna use her soon. With soon, I mean in like, I don't know, a year, some shit probably. I need artifacts. Can't afford it. So yeah, I have to wait on that one. Eula. Ah, what supports does she use? She uses young ass. She uses Raiden. and usually 4-star with her. Do people use Shanna with her? I don't think so. I think she's very hard to build. If she misses her crit on her burst, you're completely fucked usually. She's, in my opinion, pretty shitty to play. I don't like her personally. I can respect her main damage output. People that sim for her love her, obviously. I think she's shitty to play. I don't enjoy her. She needs a fuck ton of 5-stars, usually to work well. You can run her with Fischl, obviously, but then you have energy issues most likely. You can try running it. It's a possibility, but don't pray too much on it. I think she's fine. She should be A tier. Where exactly, I cannot tell. Once again, I don't have her. Can't judge. But probably higher than these two again, just because they're way too pay to win locked. Yanfei. If you don't have a shield, she fucking sucks ass. If you have a shield, her damage is weaker than Klee's. And yeah, I don't like her. I don't like to play her at all. I put her in C, I would usually put her in D. Honestly, really dislike her. She plays so bad. No, she's not. She's never in no fucking lifetime S tier. Just because she has constellation requirements. She has 5-star requirements. You need like billions of 5-stars to make her decent. Otherwise, she's just okay. She has very limited team options. She's not a S tier in my opinion. That's way too far fetched. If you put her all like, I don't know if you are here since the start. Well, oops. I can't do it just because every 5-star is at C0. At C0, she's okay. People usually run a C1 with her own weapon, with Homa. Without Homa, people usually don't even run her. Most people I know don't even use her for like a year. And if they do, they'll be like, well, she made her job, but it wasn't fun. So yeah, she's overall eh. I don't have her personally, but I would not rate her that high. I think she's fine, but not too crazy in my opinion. Since, once again, she's way too much locked into constellations and other 5-star characters to have. Yoimiya, in my opinion, the first S tier just because she works with everything. You can give her a 3-star weapon, you can give her a 4-star weapon, you can give her a billet weapon. You can run her with Beidou, Fischl, Albedo, Zhongli, Jingyang, Sucrose, Venti, Kazuha, Yelan. Wait, what else do we have? We have so many characters she's working with. Like, she's so insane, actually. She works with every fucking character. Cookie, Kokomi, Diona as a shield works with her. Even that is enough for her since she has range. She has boosting abilities and whatnot. She works literally with everything. Junjin, I totally forgot about Junjin. Like, you can put everything with her. She's doing her job. She's like so insane. Nah, not really. Once again, you need 5-stars with her. Like, without Zhongli, she's shit. And every other character you can play without. Oh, Benny, I forgot Benny. Like, wait. Stuff you can use with Yoimiya that works. This works, that works. I would not use her personally. This works, this does not work. These work. I personally hate her. I would not reuse this shit and use that shit. This works. That works. This works. This works. I've run that one already. This works. That works. Raiden with the E works. That works. I've done that one already. It's not too great in my opinion, but it works. This shit works. His burst works if you have constellations, but that's like far-fetched. Once again, I would not recommend it. Kusanali, I've done that one. 200,000 damage. It's on YouTube on Hypostasis event. One cycle, 36 seconds, I believe. What else works with her? I wouldn't run Dori personally. I mean, that's fine. Like, look at this. She's working with the entire first row and like half the second row, just at sub DPSs and whatnot. Yomi is working with everything of them. Benny obviously works with her. And Benny with Hutao, no. Just because you heal yourself over 50% the entire time, losing damage and whatnot, you don't do that usually. Like, yeah, people don't do that. The only 4-star that people use with Hutao is him, basically. I mean, some use Toma, but not really. He was like played for a day maybe. Usually he steals waves. People complained about it. Never used him again. Yeah, she's just way too niche, in my opinion. Like people use her on 3 different comps at best, which is double Jingju. Oh, Bennett here. This is just for main DPS for now. I will do support and whatnot afterwards. Okay, let's go further to the main DPS roles. Honestly, Kokumi Drive is decent. I'm running Kokumi Drive often. She's working extremely well in EC comms. With Raiden sub DPS, yes, just sub DPS, only using her burst sometimes to give some energy back, which is like burst and then 2 auto attacks, and not even that I use. She has extremely decent Forza variants, like once again, Fischl, Beidou, Jingju work extremely well with her. Um, she's rather limited on what you can run with her, driving wise. She can even drive, what's it called? Jiangling. It does work. I've tested it. It does work. You would lose 1 wave probably just because of the burst animation, but besides that, her burst gives 2U, which is like the hydro units. So waves is like perfect. It's so good. It can work with everything basically. She's great. Even as main DPS. What else do we have? Raiden. She's extremely versatile. Works in different comps. Even as C0, absolutely great. I have a C1. It does something for her. It doesn't matter too much. I usually run her with um Fischl, Jingju, and something else. Benny probably. She has decent other variants she can run, like Rational. Whatnot. She works with 5-star characters like Venti and Kazuha both. She has like Hyper Raiden bullshit, which I would not recommend if you have had C0, but it works. Stuff like this Dogshit Whore works. She's decent. Like, you can even run her with EM only and in some Dendro teams. It's a thing. It works. Like, that's S tier. Kusanali. Okay, hear me out. As a driver alone, she's like A to S tier. I'm not kidding. I'm using her as a driver. With, once again, Fischl Jingju. Even that piece of shit would work for Virgin bullshit. Where's my girl? Jingyang for Virgin works. Geo bullshit, obviously, I would not recommend. Kazuo, not the biggest fan of it, honestly, but could work. Decent with Cookie, just because she's rather close range and Cookie can excel from that. Extremely decent character. Works C0, doesn't need constellations. Works with constellations, obviously, as well. Doesn't need other 5-star characters. Works with other 5-star characters, extremely versatile. Different comps, you can even run Burning bullshit. Even though Burning's horrendous, but you could run it technically. With her, and just because of the EM buff, you would do quite a lot of damage. She even buffed the entire fucking team. Like, you can go massive reactions, she would do extremely well. I would put her a little bit lower than him, Zhao, because photos are just too broken. Putting her over him would be stupid. What's next? Main DPS, main DPS. Is there anything else? He's extremely good. He should be somewhere as well here. I don't know exactly I would put him here. He's extremely niche, once again, which is the biggest issue. That's almost B tier niche, just because the teams are... Honestly, I can just think of one great team here is, which is my issue. I haven't seen one even. Like, I would simp for him, honestly. He's super good. But, yeah, you need Jingju, Kusanali, and Cookie. That's like double S tier team. But besides that, he's rough to use right now, in my opinion. Obviously, you could opt out some things, but yeah, like maybe some overload with her, but that would be weird. I would not recommend it. There are other teams as well with Fischl and Zhongli, which are seen, but they are not great in my opinion because they just aggravate, and a shitty one as well. He works with Kokomi as the only Hydro, but it's very little damage then, in my opinion. But it does work. Usually I get like 1 minute times in Abyss. With Kokomi I get like 1 minute 5 to 1 minute 10. And if I go aggravate, it's 1 minute 10 to win 115 or some shit. Ayato is fine. I would put him upper B tier. Just because he's driving. He's not doing that much damage. At least mine. Mine has 190 crit damage and right now 55 crit rate only. In events like Hyakunin Iki, S tier, double S tier, triple S tier, quadruple S tier. Like he's so insane actually. If you have that AoE that sucks in enemies, you just destroy every fucking wave. You do like records without him having equipment. He's absolutely insane then. But besides that, he's pretty hard to use. You would need something like Venti, you would need something like Kazuha. I mean, Kazuha would be shit with him, honestly. Sucrose would be probably better since better sucking. He has 5-star requirements, quite a lot. Yeah, but works without them. You can go Jingju, for example, for the shield. That's already enough to give him super armor. It's decent. It works for decent reasons, but I mean, I ran him with Virgin jungling. It's on my YouTube as well. That one is fun. But my jungling, not jungling, Jingyang, I mean. But my Jingyang is not too great to make him shine that much for that particular reason. He's kind of versatile. That could always put somebody up a tier, honestly. Like Cookie Beidou works with him, Fischl, Jingju, Junjin, Sucrose. Like he's pretty versatile. There's some team I have in my head that I want to use, but I don't have Layla, so I can't do it. It would be a Freeze Layla team, which would be very interesting for him to test, but I don't know. I would need to check that one out. I mean, he's so versatile. He's almost S tier, man. I mean, A tier. Like, you can put so much bullshit into him, and he's still somehow working. That's the only reason I give him an A tier. But damage-wise, he's just like... you can put him in between of these two tiers, honestly. Like, he's better than B, but worse than A. It's so hard to say, man. What's next? Nilu, extremely niche. If you're a Giga Whale, then good for you, but besides that, she should be like almost CT almost. But I will put her here just because she's not too terrible. Just sadly extremely limited. Wanderer, if C6, Faruzan is like somewhere around here. I mean, he could be further up maybe, I have no idea. I don't have C6 Faruzan, so can't compare too much. But I would put him like somewhere around here. Zhao at least gets right now already for me with a C2 Faruzan 9th the Abyss. This piece of shit doesn't. 12-3 just breaks his fucking ankles. There's no shot. I don't know, man. He feels extremely bad for that thing. You can play him extremely versatile, but honestly, most of these teams suck ass. You could put Fischl in once again, Jingzhu. That's a lot. Uh, Probably her. I'm not sure. Junjin is like meta for him. He works. Albedo could work maybe. He kind of needs the battery. Not really. No, he doesn't. Doesn't give a fuck about that. He's pretty versatile. But besides that, he feels extremely bad to play. His damage is extremely low. I would put him here, honestly. Just because his damage is so bad. It's like actually abysmal. It's this awful. There's a higher chance that I get with Klee something done in Abyss with him on the second half than with him. I'm not gonna lie. 12-2 he absolutely destroys, yes, but besides that, he's fine. Nothing else. Itto, A tier somewhere. Uh, I have issues with him. I think he's extremely overrated. But people will lynch me if I do that and put him in B tier. He has a fundamental issue in my opinion. If there are multiple enemies, you want them together grouped. What do you need for that? Anemo. Can you use Anemo? No, because then you can't go for healer. It's bad. It's just terrible. It doesn't matter what you do. Like you can put a Kazuha or a Venti with him. You can complete the attack with him. All nice. Then you don't have a heal. Unless you have, like, I don't know, the super heal from Guru, which is not a super heal. It's a dog shit heal. Would not recommend it. I regret pulling for him, honestly. And Abyss, he feels decent. In some stages, but I don't know. He's very awkward sometimes, man. Usually he needs a lot of 5 stars as well to make him work. Like at least one. Some go Mono Geo. It's just, I don't know, man. And you need 6 of this dipshit, and he only appears in his own banner. So yeah. It feels extremely terrible. Uh, Tatnari. He's so good in my opinion. Like he's rather quick swap, yes, but he feels so strong. Like mine has complete shit artifacts. He had like 130 or 140 crit damage only. His EM is not too great, but he works decently with like a lot of different characters. I mean, you don't even need many characters. You just need official, not even with constellations. Like he's that simple to use. Besides that, I mean, he's kind of limited. But in what he's doing so great. He's one of the best single target nukers. Like he destroys pretty decently. I had a Abyss run of the KC, the Dendro KFC, in like roughly a minute, which is extremely surprising to me. I did not expect him to be that fast on that. Who else is the main DPS? Him. I would put him here. I think he's shit. Close range book user, nice idea, feels bad. With the other thing, Faruzan, he's probably better, but I don't know. I don't feel like he's that good. He feels, I don't know. I don't even know what I would pair him with. Like once again, he drives, so he's like a sucrose kind of deal. But he has more self damage. If you run Faruzan Fischl something like Benny, then it's just a weaker version, free to play version of him. I don't even know what his constellations do, honestly. I think it's just damage bonuses. Wait, there was something with his C6 where he gets like Stacks always full stacks or some shit. Not that it matters because, yeah, if you have him on the field for like 5 seconds, he has full stacks anyways. Is there anything else, main DPS wise? Jingyang can't really put her in there. She feels like a supporter right now only. Alhaitham doesn't exist, so I'm not putting him in here. He's probably kitching tier, but that's obvious. Good. So that's what I have for main DPS. Let's reset. Now for the sub DPS part. Sub DPS. Does she count as sub DPS? Probably not. Albedo, somewhere A tier, I would say. He's decent, works kinda everywhere. Isn't too great, honestly. He needs a weapon that is like not really obtainable anymore because it was an event only. Otherwise he has 3-star options, sure, but they are a lot worse. Farming his artifact that is complete shit because you would need to farm Husk. He works well on a lot of different characters. He's meta on a few characters as well, like Xiao, for example. On some WGO Hu Tao team, for example. He's versatile. You can put him everywhere, he just doesn't shine everywhere. His burst is kind of weird, gives EM. As Geo, completely useless. You don't do many reactions with him anyways. Unless you like a huge crystallized shield. You don't. So yeah, fuck that shit. Sub DPS, Beidou. Extreme energy issues, C tier. She works decently. Energy is a huge problem. You need to run her with like 200 energy recharge. And even then, it's just barely enough with Fischl. It's that bad. Sub DPS, Fischl, S tier, easily. Works everywhere. Like you can put her everywhere, she will perform decently, unless it's freeze. The only thing where she doesn't accelerate anything is freeze. Anywhere else, she can work. She batteries, she does insane damage, even with shit artifacts. Uh, she drives in many possible ways. You can even play as a main DPS. Like she's giga broke in that regard. But for sub DPS, S tier, there's no doubt. You can't put it anywhere else. Him, I don't know what he's doing. I'll put him here. A lot of people like him actually, I don't know why. Sub DPS, Cryo feels weird to me. Not a fan of it. She counts as sub DPS, I assume. I'll put her kinda low as well. The good things about her is she can do hyper blooms. She reduces defense. She has energy issues, I would say. I could be wrong, but from what I remember, she has energy issues, so she's like easily C tier. She has uses, but often not. Mona. Damage per screenshot S tier, otherwise at best B tier. I don't know. She feels very bad to play often. Like if you go for damage per screenshot, she's cool, otherwise nope. Sucrose, should I put her here? Probably. Even though she's more support, honestly. So yeah. I'll not put her here. Jiangling, S tier. She has extreme energy issues. In my opinion, she should be A tier, but people will lynch me once again. Jingju easily S tier. No energy issues. Decent damage. Extreme cryo application. Works on a fuck ton of teams. No doubt. S sub DPS. Burgian. She's fine, not the greatest. I would put her here somewhere as well. These are not in order. It works, but you need pretty good artifacts, man. Like super good artifacts, man. Venti, I would call him a sub DPS. He's doing a fuck ton of damage. He has decent ways to battery teams with his burst and whatnot. In my opinion, he's an S tier. Like, he's doing so many things. He's so fucking good. He mostly outperforms even Kazuha, even though people will hate me for saying it again. He's super versatile. He's so fucking good. And in my opinion, he's a sub DPS. Rosaria does work very often. Like Albedo doesn't shine everywhere once again. In Freeze, she's like a god. The crit rate buff is extremely nice to have. Yeah, not much else to say. Extremely good. I don't know, is he sub DPS even, man? I would not call him a sub DPS, but for the sake of it, I will put him here just for damage per screenshot shitters. He mostly lets me down, honestly, with no consolations. If I use the umbrella or the parasol, however you want to call it, he has energy issues. If you use sacrificial, then he's okay. But I don't know, he just doesn't feel too great in my opinion. He should be honestly more like here, but people will lynch me once again. Sayu on C6, honestly, she's pretty decent. Like, people underrate her so insanely much, man. She does a fuck ton of damage. She can support the team decently well. She has energy issues. Sure, I give you that one. How to get rid of the energy issues? Run double electro in the team. Use Raiden as a main DPS. And whatnot. There are many ways. She's working so decently well. Combat wise, she's pretty decent as well. She can drive with her rolling. She can easily kill the Abyss Mage in 11-2, since she can search as well the Hydro from the little mages onto the Abyss Shatter Mage. She's pretty decent. She's actually good, honestly. On C6, she heals a fuck ton, has with VV Shred, she has like, I mean, she's so fucking good. Her heal is so goddamn insane, honestly. Even with ER. Mine's on ER, Anmo damage, and EM right now, and she's so fucking good. Raiden as sub DPS, pretty decent. I mean, obviously, he does fine damage, not too crazy, but it's AoE, so in places where you want to have multiple hits at the same time, he's so good. If somebody has no full burst, you use your burst, do 3-4 auto attacks, the character will be full burst. Like, it's that decent. Sub DPS. Does she count as a sub DPS as well? Her own damage is pretty decent, but I would not call her sub DPS. She has way too little off field time. On field time, I mean. Kokomi shield a lot of hydro application, fits in fucking every team. Does pretty decently overall. It boosts damage with TDDS as well. Damage isn't too crazy, obviously, but she can enable others to do a lot of damage. I'll put her here. Mm, I don't know if she's sub DPS or not. I don't think so, honestly. Could be wrong. She's official but worse. Just because official works everywhere. And she's like, they force her to like some weird EM bullshit. So you can't run her in every fucking team. Weapon wise, I don't know. She's weird. I don't know. I'll just put it here. I think she's fine. When she's doing well, she's doing great. Otherwise, she's not doing great. She has the kind of issue, in my opinion, that she has a lot of uptime. Like whenever she has to be on the field, she's for way too long on the field. That's my personal issue with her. But besides that, I think she's fine. Elan, obviously S tier. She's like Jingju. Two Jingjus, same shit. Who cares? Not much else to say. Coley, she's okay, in my opinion. She isn't as bad that you could call her D tier. She does actually a decent amount of dendro application with her E and with her burst together. Like, it's surprising. People, I don't know why they sleep on her. She doesn't really do sub DPS. Does she count as sub DPS? Kinda. If you use her burst and switch out, she does some Anemo damage. I mean, hydro damage. I will call her a sub DPS for that tier. And she's terrible in that. Like, you would need her to wave, probably. It's so weird. I mean, she's one of the hottest characters. She's so fucking gorgeous, man. She has a cool kid. It's just bad, sadly. S tier, no doubt. She's not a sub DPS, and she's not really sub DPS as well. For sub DPSing, Cookie is honestly she's too niche. She's Hyper Bloom. In Hyper Bloom, she's like S tier. Otherwise, she's like okay, I guess. EC works as well, but it's not too crazy. I'll put it here. Maybe I'm biased, I don't know. Hmm. Who else is sub DPS? Nobody really? I mean, him maybe. Hello QUB, how's it going? If I put him in here, then he would probably be higher. He's easier for Belgian. Who else? Junger's not really. They don't count as sub DPS for me. So yeah, that's the sub DPS. Tier list. Let's call it so, like that. I don't think I would put anyone there as well in. Maybe Ganyu, but that's far-fetched. Doesn't make sense. Yeah. Besides that, these are not really sub DPSs. He wouldn't really fit for that as well. Maybe. I don't know. I would probably not rank him at all. I'm not gonna lie. He feels weird. Okay, what was the next one? Like supportive bullshit, and the last one is whatever. Ja, ist er. Aber das war jetzt nur, ja, wie auch immer. Sie funktioniert als Sub-DPS auch, aber es ist seltsam. Viele verwenden sie mit Ayaka, zum Beispiel, in einem Freeze-Team, wo sie eher ein Sub-DPS ist, der auch noch ein bisschen boostet und was weiß ich nicht was. Also sie würde eigentlich da reinpassen, aber hm, bin nicht überzeugt davon. Okay, Support. Support. I mean, wherever the fuck she's there, whatever. Support. Who does count for support, in his opinion? Mona, okay. Chong is a support from. Interesting. Whatever. Supportive ability at C6. Once again, they're all C6. And there's 5 stars, then it's C0 and no own weapon. Does he support well? Not really. I would not put him in here. She's supporting pretty decently. Issue is she would need elegy. Without elegy, her supportive skills are kinda lackluster. On C6, she gives 15% attack, I believe, and movement speed or some shit. Which is fine. Movement speed's kinda useless, who cares? But the attack is nice. She gives pyro resonance, so for that alone, it's a decent thing. I don't know how much energy she gives, but it should be okay. I'll put it here. It's solid, I would assume. Maybe here. It's just attack. 15. 15 is not too much. Benny S tier, obviously. Gives like 1000 attack. Makes sense. Diona, her sheet is shit. EM is usually wasted for her. People do not use her. C6 at all. It's that bad. She's mostly used for freeze. EM doesn't work on freeze at all. You don't shatter, so that's pointless as well. What else is there to say about her? Her base HP is bad, like very bad. Her sheet is like paper thin because of that alone. Weapon wise, she's extremely easy at least to play. But yeah, feels bad. TDDS, only reason why he would be there. You don't use Cryo Infusion, honestly. So Shongas should be here. He's extremely bad. Would Fischl count as a support? Not really. She gives decent energy. Is that a reason to put her in a support here? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. She can cleanse. She has a decent heal. She should be there. She can work with Benny together in Sunfire. It's fine. It's in my opinion, extremely overrated, but whatever. She has kind of energy issues. Her heal is only on a burst. Her heal ticks are absolutely shit. That's where she does better, honestly. Her heal ticks are like giga insane. Her burst itself heals as well for a decent amount. If you do swell reactions, she's healing the entire team, which also works off heal, I believe. She's like easily 8 here. Support. She can support TTDS once again. Defense drop. It's pretty decent, I would say. Yeah. Mona supports pretty decently as well. Works with different weapons like Ember for healing. She can boost damage. She has decent cryo for the field. But only works with a handful of characters. She doesn't react with too much stuff. Usually people use her for freeze only, which is a big L in my opinion. But she can work with clear as well. I'll put her here just because I think she's okay, but yeah, just because TDDS or eventually some sub DPS qualities, she could be here as a supporter even. Noelle, she needs on field. It's extremely bad. Her sheet procs automatically if a target or character is under 30% HP, I believe. So technically you could have a permanent up shield, but you don't want that because it's too dangerous. Kazuha supports pretty decently, obviously. Venti supports pretty decently, obviously. Sucrose, I think she's extremely overhyped, but battery wise, she's at least good, I guess. So she could be belonging here. Chichi. Does Chichi support? Not really. She can give some energy. The cryo application is shitty. But usually don't want a lot of cryo application. I would put it just in the healing thing. It's better. Her shield is kinda doo-doo if you go for EM, but with defense it's pretty decent. If you have Wolf Gravestone, she can even boost with that shit. But this is a non-5-star weapon tier list, so I can put it here. Sacrificial works with her. She can drop enemy physical bullshit, which is pretty nice, honestly. For the 2 physical DPS we have. I mean, 3 with Razor, but he doesn't count, he's a character. Official and Eula. That is then. It's fine. She can do well. Her energy is pretty decent. She can give power resonation. Pretty decent. Yeah. She should belong here. The shield isn't as bad as people call it to be, honestly. It's just, I don't know. I mean, if you get the redstone thresh, whatever it's called, then her shield gets better. Her burst gets better. It's like super good for her, but that's sub DPS stuff. I would not put it in there for this. Defense shield is okay, works decent. If you switch out to let her directly tank something, the shield is probably extremely strong, but you should not count on that. Zhong is S tier. You need to E hold, and that's it. And his job is done. I would put these 2 here, and Faruzan, where's this bitch? Easily here. She's so broken. She's like these 2 getting absolutely bodied just by her existing. Her C6. Like, it's so stupid. Her C6 is like her own character, man. Her C6 is so good. It makes a character that is C0 or C6. It's so brain rotten, man. She's way too good. She's way too fucking good. Where we are. S tier, obviously. She supports extremely well. She does so much, man. She does way too much. Like, it doesn't matter where you put her in, she does something for you. She always can carry TTDS. She can run an Ember even if you need the healing is so badly, whatnot. Like, supportive wise, she's extremely underrated. And that's not just healing, that's just her on field and off field presence and whatnot. Like, you see, there's a one shot, or almost one shot, skill incoming. You put her on the field, let her fucking face tank it. She has 50,000 HP. What do you think the enemy will do? She will fucking get scratched. She doesn't give a fuck about the enemy. Like, I've let her tank kinky bullshit so often, never lets me down. She doesn't even get 50%ed. She's that stupid OP. And having like a super massive wall on the field just to tank something is so good. She cannot support decently. Shenhe. She's way too limited, man. She's so weird. When she excels well. So she could be almost here. But I don't know, man. I don't have her. I think she's so overrated. Like, what do you use her even with, man? I like her. You don't do too much with her. Ganyu, you do the most with her, but why would you use her with Ganyu? That's like stupid. It's so weird. She's such a weird character, man. Even she's better. She could be almost like here in S tier. I'll put her here just because crit rate buff. 15% crit rate buff for doing literally nothing is way too good. I mean, literally nothing means pressing E and then Q. Does she support well? Not really. Did he put her in there? Yeah, he did. Her damage is eh, but supportive. I mean, She does so much Denro, man. I can't put a not in here, man. Like you use her Q, then you use her E. The moment you switch out, she gets bonus energy just because she's not on the field. Then she's giving some other character decent energy with it. She's putting so much Dendro on the enemy that you always get the decent reaction on your main DPS. That's so good. It's just so good. Dory, I would just put at healer, honestly. She supports as well since she's putting Electro on yourself. This way you can easily swell with Kazuha Electro if you want to. But you often do that. Not. Because why would you? Did he put her in here? No. Candace. Way too niche. I wish she was good, man. Why can't she be good? S tier, no doubt. The best one. Added easily. Layla, I don't know too much about her. I'll put it here. Swords are weird, and there's no decent supportive sword for her. Obviously, she can run Sacrificial or Favonius. She's only boosting attack speed, I believe. So it's fine, but not too crazy. I don't know how strong her shield is. I think I hear that it's the second best shield after Zhongas. So maybe she should be up here even. I don't know about her cryo application. But she can work in a freeze team decently, I guess. If you go for something like Ayaka Jingju bullshit, I don't know. It's a thing that exists, I don't know why, but let's run with that one. What else do we have as support? Nothing. I mean, Travel I don't want to rank just because it's so weird. There's 15 billion elements and I don't know, they feel weird. Supportive wise, that should be it. I can't think of anyone else as a supporter. Chichi will rank as the. Oh, wait, Jinjin. Wanderer, Yoimiya, Noel, Ayato, Childe eventually. Like everything that uses auto, like even fucking physical Zhongas. She's so fucking good. You get Geo Resonance pretty easily, which is nice. Attack speed. She's fine. Her energy gain is shit, kinda. Farming for stuff is pretty annoying. Maybe I will just downgrade it because of that. She takes investment, which is annoying. You don't want that. Hmm. Yomiya's burst gives attack S tier. I don't know where. Supportive wise, that did I believe. Yeah, I don't know who else. She can't really support. She does nothing. She's useless. Yeah, I'll just call it here. That's my support tier list. And now the healing tier list. Kokomi. 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 I don't need to mention that one or say about that one. Benny, I mean, I play him HP healing bonus. He heals decent for me. People often don't do it because they're stupid. That's their issue. For that, he's yeah. I mean, he does more than just healing. So yeah, Diona once again shit shield, rather bad, but she does healing and shielding, as I think the only character. So she kind of belongs there. Noelle does both as well, but sadly needs on-field. But healing wise, she's pretty decent. Chi Chi, one of the strongest heals. Healing wise, I I mean I should if we talk about healing, Chi-Chi is S tier. Easily, man. My Chi-Chi fucking tanked 3 of these 11-3 robo helicopter chickens. I don't know, man. 3 of their rockets. She fucking tanked it like a fucking Giga Chat with her 17,000 or 18,000 HP, what she has. Like, she literally stood there with a burst and a E and just auto attacked herself to full every zero point 0.1 seconds. It's actually fucking insane, man. I have to put her ST. I can't, man. I don't care if you call me biased or not. It's just so damn stupid OP. Supportive wise, I mean, she's more D tier here. Uh, Dog shit heal. I mean, it's a heal and it's a shield, but it's so abysmal. You can't. Dory is extremely underrated, honestly. She gives energy. She puts Electro on yourself, so you can't be frozen. Oh, it's so good. Not being frozen is so good, man. Like, her heal is pretty decent. Weapon wise, hard to say. His healing is Dog Water. S tier. I mean, it's Zhonga's after all. His sheet is broken. What else do we have? Beidou's shield is ass. Is complete horrendous. Has no healing capacities. Jean is fine-ish. Sayu, same shit. Again, Sayu, I would probably rank even higher, honestly. Her heal is a lot better than hers. She does 1 burst heal and she does like 20 burst ticks. Like, what would you prefer? Tell me. His shield is pretty fine, I guess. But I would just put him here because besides the shield, he does nothing in that regard. And then you would need to run him full HP, then he will ruin some teams and whatnot. Yeah, man. I don't know. This will surprise you, but your shield is pretty decent on C4. It's nice. Worth to have. S tier. Her heal is great. Her heal is very great. She can tank a hit. She has other things on the field to do while doing that. She's extremely decent on that part. The only thing she's not doing is AoE heal. Okay, just because no AoE heal, I'll put M1 down. Her sheet is supposed to be decent. I will put it here. Can't really judge. She's above the rest because she's lolly. Never mind. She's not out yet. I'm just joking. What else do we have? Is there anything else that heals? Babru. Oh, Babru. Instant burst heal, which is pretty strong. She puts herself on cryo. It's bad. You freeze yourself. You fucking hang yourself. Like, I would put a B tier just because she freezes herself and others. That's the worst part about her. Electro would be fine because overload is just you can quickly shrug it off. It doesn't matter too much if it happens. But then again, you would not use it against pyro stuff usually. And if you do, if you have a shield, it doesn't matter. Then overload does nothing for you. I mean, against you. Is there anything else healer wise, cheating wise? I forgot. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I still have no idea what the fuck this thing is supposed to mean. That's so weird, man. I can't even. I don't get it, man. But yeah, this is my healers or support tier list. Yeah, how I see it at least. If you disagree, that's good for you. Yeah. If you think otherwise, tell me why. On each of these tier lists. I don't care. But that's how I see it. Like, I value characters more that are viable in multiple scenarios and not only one. So yeah. Another thing I didn't mention on the Yoimiya part, by the way, is she has range. If the enemy moves, like Kinky, for example, or like any hypostasis, I mean, the Cry one is the most famous one for moving around like a bitch. She can just stand there and pew 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 and everything is fine. She doesn't need to chase. Which means you have your DPS quicker on hand than on many others. Yeah, good. That is with the tier list, that's it with Genshin for today. I will do some NKs now. If it was enjoyable, tell me, like, follow, subscribe. Helps me out. I stream live on Twitch, link is down below. And have a good one. Bye bye.